everyone, it's Nancy from the Singing Sparrow Studio. It's been a few months anyhow, for sure, since I have posted anything on YouTube, and I just thought I'd come back and share what I've been up to with my projects and yeah, see what you have been up to as well. So I've kind of been in a funk, I guess that's the bottom line. You know, you think life is going real good and then it throws you a curveball. So since my last video, which as I said was a few months back, I had my oldest daughter move away for employment. So she's now living 3 hours north of me. So then I had my youngest daughter who lived with me move into my oldest daughter's home. So I'm officially an empty nester with just 2 cats. And then, you know, unfortunately my father passed away as well. He was 94, so I guess it, you know, was expected, but he was such a sweet soul and I will definitely miss him. So I haven't been feeling very creative for a while actually, but I'm trying to push my way through it now. I'm starting to feel a little spunkier again, and I've been working on a few projects. A big one, which I always procrastinate about, is cleaning up my studio. So this seems to be like an ongoing thing, and I don't know if it's my personality, if I need to learn some organization skills. I thought I had it together, but then I get in there and I start doing something and boom, it looks like a bomb went off. So I don't know, I seem like I'm spending more time cleaning up that room of mine rather than actually creating projects that are fun. So I'm going to work on that again this afternoon and see if I can get that room a little bit more under control. That makes me feel more productive when I'm in a cleaner space. So yeah, that's going to be my goal. But while I've been cleaning up, I have found a few projects that I've finished up along the way, and I'll show you those ones as well. And yeah, I'm just having a cup of peppermint tea here too. That always kind of makes me feel good, as a cup of tea. So yeah. So while I was cleaning up my studio, I came across a whole bunch of bulkier weight yarn that I had. And every year I try to knit something for a charity. So usually, or the past couple years, I've been knitting slippers and sending them to a hospice in Red Deer, Alberta. And I know they appreciate slippers there. And then this year I found all this bulky wool and I started knitting a bunch of mittens. So there's a pair there, you know, just basic generic mittens. I think I did a twisted rib on the bottom. This pair here, I used 2 colors just to sort of utilize what I had. I still have more wool that I'm working on. I'll just knit up a pair of these randomly as I'm watching a movie or something. And then in the fall, I'm going to send these off somewhere. I'm not entirely sure who's going to be the recipient of all these mittens. I was thinking maybe a school, because I think kids are always losing mitts and leaving them on the bus or forgetting them or whatnot. So I was thinking a school, or I was thinking, you know, homeless people. I'm sure could always use mittens and hats and things like that. So we don't have a lot of homeless people here in my little town. I think there might be the odd one or two, but I was thinking perhaps I could send them off to the Mustard Seed in Calgary, or one of the bigger organizations there that could distribute the mittens. So yeah, just something I like to do, and I encourage other people as well who are creative, maybe, you know, to give back in a way they can. Knitting, crocheting, you know, whatever you got. I'm sure it's all appreciated. Not all of us have tons of money to donate, but sometimes you can just donate a product and it comes from the heart and it helps as well. So yeah, mittens I did. And then I had found some nice wool, and I used 2 strands together and knit a little pair of like little baby booties. And then I attached faux suede for a tie. I always use faux because I'm vegan and I don't like to harm animals, eat them, use their hides or anything. So this is a vegan cord. And then I put little beads on them as well. So yeah, just I don't know, cute little gift maybe for a baby shower. I don't have any babies, but I'm sure someone I know will have one. And I also had leftover sock yarn. So I knit some like socks, probably for toddlers, I guess this size would be. It's hard to see with the dark color, but they are a little cabled, simple cable pattern, which is really cute. They knit up really quick and they're kind of fun as well. So I knit a pair in burgundy heather type wool, and then a pair of green ones as well. Same pattern, I just didn't do a rib at the top. And again, they're probably like maybe for a 2-year-old or a toddler. And then I had more yarn that was a little bit thicker. I just knit a pair of very basic brown heathery colored little socks as well. So just something I can give for little gifts to people that are having babies. And then I also found some of my felting yarn wools that I use for felting, and I decided to make something, you know, I don't know, random, bizarre, abstract, whatever, but I love all the bright colors. So I've done like started with this little piece in the middle, then I adhered that down to just a stock piece of white felt, and then I've added various yarns and dry felted them onto that as well. And then the light green, the lime green color is also felt. I dry felted on. And then there's so much right now going on with slow stitching, so I thought I better just try that as well. So I used some embroidery type floss and did just like long stitching, I think you call it, in the background. So now I have this, you know, maybe it's a 12 by 12 square. Not really sure what I'm going to do with it. I was thinking I might make it like a little pillow, accent pillow or something like that, but a lot of fun making it. Yeah. In one of my previous videos, I had on a sweater that I made that I absolutely loved. It was the green mock turtleneck, and I'd made it from drops Nepal yarn, I think it was. Anyhow, I don't know what I did, but somehow my beloved sweater ended up in the washer and the dryer. So yeah, as you can imagine, it didn't come out the same as it went in. So now it's it's felted. It's turned into a real nice piece of felt. But you can see the sleeves are really short, and it's really, the length of it, it's really cropped. So it is way too small to fit myself or anybody I know. So as much as I was disappointed, I thought this is an opportunity to try something else using this felt now that I have. And it's quite thick. It's quite it's quite luscious really for felt. So I am thinking I am going to try to use the body of this sweater to make myself a purse or a bag. And I have some bamboo handles I think I might utilize, and then use the felt and either do some beadwork on it to jazz it up, or perhaps some more dry felting over top of it with, you know, some funky hand spun yarns of some sort. So I have the basic idea in my head, and I hope to get cracking on this shortly and have a really cool project to show you. So I guess moral of the story, you know, be careful when you're doing your laundry, but not all accidents end up being, you know, a nightmare. So I'm hoping that this is just a new beginning to a really cool project. Still love the color. So yeah, that's that for the sweater. Then I went and I ordered more yarn because I had the urge to knit about 2 weeks ago. I was starting to feel like I was coming out of my funk, I guess, you know, trying to push myself out of it. So I decided to try to knit another sweater, and the pattern I decided on is called Calliope, and the company is Espace Tricot La Knitterie Moderne. So I guess it's maybe a French company, and the actual designer is Melissa Clulo. And I really liked the pattern. It's, not sure if you can see it here. It's got a really nice neckline, and I really loved how the cuffs were done in such a long ribbing. And the color really grabbed me as well. I'm not really one to wear pink because I don't think I have the right complexion, but the peachier tones I really like. So I tried to find a similar wool. Of course, the wool they called for in this pattern, I could not find anywhere on the internet. And living in rural Alberta, I don't have any knitting stores close by. In fact, the only store I have is Walmart, and they basically just stock, you know, your acrylic type wools that are maybe used for, you know, Afghans or sweaters that you just want to wash, you know, that kind of stuff, but nothing too specialized. So I went back to Wool Warehouse, I think it's called. Yeah, Wool Warehouse out of the UK, and I had such great luck with them before. I'd ordered some of the beautiful wool, like the green sweater wool. And that first time they took like 7 days, I think, to come. So this time I waited and I waited. I was starting to get a little bit worried. You know, a week went by, 2 weeks went by. Finally, during the third week, the parcel showed up. So I guess it's coming from a whole different country. I should learn to be patient, but I struggle with that, let's face it. So finally my parcel came. I was so excited, and the wool that I ordered was in there. The colors are like a peachy tone. One is a darker peach, and the mohair is Drops Kid Mohair, and it's a little bit of a lighter peach tone. Beautiful, beautiful wool to work with. I really love this. And then the darker peach was a different brand. It was Cascade Fingering Weight, and it's in a little bit of a darker peach, and when you use the two together, you get this magnificent color. Just trying to find the end of the ball with the little dark color on it. Where did it go? I think it's rolled under my couch. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. The color had rolled under my couch. So this is the Cascade Fingering, and it's a little bit of a darker peach, and in combination with the mohair, I think it looks really great. So I'm just about done the sweater now. I have maybe about 10 more rounds to go on the last cuff, but I'll show you what I have right now. And this is the color with the two strands together, and I think it's really quite lovely. And it's branching out for me because I use a lot of green. Green is my favorite color. I like black a lot, so a lot of my wardrobe is basically green and black right now. And I'm thinking I should, you know, perk it up a little bit, try some other colors, have a little more fun. So I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone, ordered the peach, and this is what it looks like so far. So it's a little bit hard to see. It's not super long, which I like. I guess you could add on length, you know, if you wanted a longer sweater, but this will come just below the top of my pants. So I find sometimes the sweaters are too long and you get kind of like bunching and overhang, and I don't really like that. So for my body type, I tend to be short-waisted, I think you'd say. I'm short-waisted, my legs are a little bit longer, so I do like my sweaters a little bit shorter. I think they just accentuate my figure a little bit better. So that's the story on this one, and you can see the nice long cuff here that's all done in the rib. Yeah, I really like that. I think that's like really cool. Quite a simple pattern to make. It does have German short rows, so you know, those three little words, German short rows, always scare me. But I got through it, and I didn't make any errors, I don't think, because I ended up with the right number of stitches at the end before I carried on to the body. So yeah, it seemed to go quite well. The only issue I had with the pattern is it didn't tell you when to change needles. So I was knitting away. I'd started with the smaller needles for the top neckline, and at some point I changed to the bigger needle, and then I kept going, and I forgot to change to the smaller needle for the bottom cuff. So the cuff is a little bit, maybe it's a little bit wider than it could have been, but in all honesty, with this type of sweater and with the length that it is, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it's still going to look pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just working on the second sleeve. I just have a wee bit more to go. Probably finish that this afternoon. And yes, I'll go back to cleaning my studio. I'll just finish this first, so shh, don't tell anyone. Yeah, so that I have just about done. And in that same order, I ordered some baby merino in kind of a taupey color. I guess you call it taupe, light browny taupe color. It's really quite attractive. I like this, and I have a bunch. I have 8 balls of this, and each ball has 100 meters on it. So I guess I have 800 meters of this lovely merino. And I also have about 1,000 meters, or even a little bit more, of this, sorry, it's getting wound on my furniture, of this beautiful alpaca, this big hank of alpaca wool. I just have to, wind it up, and I might do that this afternoon too if I get motivated. Anyhow, this is quite fine. I think it's a lace weight wool, so I was thinking if I used the 2 strands, if I used the merino plus this, I could come up with a nice sweater in a neutral earthy tone that should look pretty good as well. So, and I believe this wool I ordered online from an alpaca farm in southern Alberta, and I think it was called A to Z Farms, or A to Z Alpaca Farms, and they have a bunch of beautiful hand-spun alpaca yarn that they were selling. Yeah, so this I'm hoping to make something out of pretty quick here, cast on, and have some fun with that. I'm tinkering with the idea of making a ranunculus sweater. It seems like every knitter on earth, except for me, owns a ranunculus or has made at least one ranunculus. So I'm feeling like I'm out of the loop and I need to make one. I do like the patterns. It's a real nice pattern, and you can make it in different weights, I believe. So I'm going to investigate that more, and potentially that will be my goal, is to cast on a ranunculus and have that finished pretty soon. So I'll keep you up to date on that, and I think that's about all that's been happening here. So I'm just glad I'm out of my funk. I'm glad I'm feeling creative. I hope all of you are as well. I think it's just cycles we go through, right? Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Life throws you a curveball, you deal with it, you get back in the saddle, and you try it again. So yeah, I'm back in the saddle and I'm going to have some fun. So I hope to tune in again with you soon, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.